Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Electric is Better. Today I'm doing a video that a lot of you guys have been wanting, and it is all the upgrades that I've had on my Sur-ron, that I put on my Sur-ron. Really quick thing before we get started though, thank you guys we almost have 5,000 subscribers on the channel. I love you all, and at 5,000 subscribers I'm going to be giving away 3 of these 58.2 sprockets. So if you guys want a chance to win one of those, all you have to do is like, comment, subscribe, and then go down in the description and subscribe to my Instagram. Say the Declaration of Independence backwards, and then you're automatically entered to win. So you have until right now, until we reach 5,000 subscribers. Anyway, good luck, and let's get into the video. Hey guys, sorry for the change in scenery. We filmed the whole thing, and then we went back and we realized, it's a brand new camera, and we realized that the exposure was like really high up, so it was just white. So we have to refilm it, so that's why we're in our backyard now instead of at our shed. So I just kind of want to go top to bottom on everything that we have. I'm trying not to forget anything. I had a list last time, and now I don't have a list. I threw it away. And I didn't realize that I spent so much money on this bike. So this video kind of makes me sad. So I have everything on the bike here linked down in the description. So if you want any of these parts, they'll be down in the description. Okay guys. So we're gonna start at the top. We got just some generic bark busters that we got off of Amazon. I've had them for a year and a half. They work fine. They've protected my hands many times. They fit the bike. They have a couple sizes of expanders that go in here to fit certain handlebars, and it comes with 2 of them, and they fit. So they come in like black, white, and orange. I went with orange because the bike's orange and matches the front fender. So those are those. This blue grip right here is a mountain bike fender. I was riding without the bark busters for a long time, so I had a motocross grip over here. And the reason that I put this one on is because the motocross grip was too big for the mountain bike handlebars, so it would slide off, and I had to hold on to it while I was riding. This one fits the bars, and it has Allen wrench keys down here that clamp it on, so it doesn't move at all, which I like. This one's not a problem because it's actually the right size for your throttle, so that one doesn't move at all. Moving on to our brakes. I upgraded our brakes to SLX brakes. They're Shimano brakes. I like them a lot. They're better than the stock brakes. I would say that you don't need to waste your money on these. Stock brakes, in my opinion, are fine for most circumstances. I do like these better, but I think if you just have the stock brakes and you just want to change out your brake pads, the stock brakes come with a really crappy, biodegradable, just something that shouldn't be in the bike at all. It wears down really quick. You can change those to metallic and you should be fine. I do like them, but I think if you don't want to spend the extra $200 on these, just change the pads in your brakes and that should be fine. Up here we got a Pro Taper 3-inch riser handlebars. I'm 6'1", so this is a big deal for me, so I don't have to, I'm not all the way down here. In addition to that, we have a mountain bike, another, I think it's a 2.5-inch riser. It's a slanted riser that we hooked on to our steering tube. Kind of skeptical about this part right here. Because it was a cheaper part, I didn't think that it would be able to stay put where it is while I'm riding really hard, but I'm surprised that it does. I've raced with it 3 times now. It's never loosened up on me, and I've never felt unsafe on it. So I got a 2.5 plus another 3-inch, so my handlebars are pretty far, at least 6 inches off the bike, so it's pretty far up and it feels really good where it is. So the bike feels a lot bigger when you're sitting up here, which I really like. Right here we just got our Nuclear 24F display screen, which is part of our controller, which we'll get to in a second. We'll turn it on. It just shows me I have amp hours that we're pulling up, and then it has a little gas line, which is a battery, and then we got how many volts we have over here, all that fun stuff. So inside here we got an upgraded bearing headset. Luna sells them on their website. The bearings that come with the bike are really cheap, and when I took these off originally, they were basically broken. This is a full-on motocross bearings. They work really well. You can really feel it while you're riding. The front, I made these, we 3D printed these, and we actually sell them on eBay if you guys want one. Normally it has a hole in it to stick your headlight through. I took my headlight off, so we just 3D printed a solid one. I just got it cable tied onto the fork, and it looks really sporty. I like it a lot, so if you guys want one of those, you can go ahead and grab one. Moving down here, a lot of people want to know what fender I am using. A 125 KTM fender. And I have a video on my channel that I can link up in the description of how I put it on. Basically, I got some U-bolts going through, and that holds it on there really well. It's not moving anywhere. We'll move down here really quick. We got, these are, in my opinion, the best forks that you can get for the bike. In fact, they came out with a new version really recently that looks really cool. These are Manitou Dorado Experts. They are a mountain bike fork. They're inverted, which means all the pistons, everything is on the top versus the bottom. And they are thicker than a normal mountain bike fork. And the reason that they're thicker is because they don't have the bridge for extra stability in the middle of the fork. So they have to be thicker so they don't have as much play in them. These are on par, in my opinion, with Fox 40 forks. They're just as expensive, but they, in my opinion, are a lot better for the bike. You can stick a fender up here and not worry about when you get close to bottoming out, the bridge won't hit the top of the fender. You have a lot more clearance, and it just looks sportier, in my opinion. It just looks really cool. I like the black. Black looks really edgy. 100% recommend these. If you want to go with the Fox 40s, I mean, they perform like super similar. I prefer these like a lot more. We'll move down to the front tire, I guess. I have a Trackmaster front and rear. This is a 21 inch. So it is a dual sport is what it said in the description. But these things are awesome in the mud. I don't care if it says dual sport or not. These things are absolutely amazing. I've never slipped or anything with these. Love the 21 inch front tire. It makes rolling over logs and going over anything really easier. You don't slide out as easy. I believe Milk Racing sells these. Again, I'll link them down in the description. But really good upgrade right here is a 21 inch tire. Going down to our rotors. These are just Lunicycles. I believe they're Japanese steel rotors. They're fine. They're just meant to look pretty much. Just have color all the way around the rim, except for your first ride. All the color kind of wears off right away. The stock discs are fine, but these just look cooler is why I have them on there. I do like them. I've never had a problem with them. All right, guys. Next up, we're gonna talk about the ride height. I have Luna's lift kit on here. I do like this lift kit. I have a video about me putting it on, and there's only one little thing that I don't like about it, is that it doesn't come with covers for your battery or a spacer down here. Luna's kit doesn't come with a spacer for your battery, so when you're riding around, your battery, if you have Luna's kit, it just bounces around, which is really bad in my opinion. I think they should ship something with that. And up here they don't have, well, now they do. When they originally started selling it, they didn't have any cover for your locking mechanism up here. So I 3D printed this whole cover right here, which I think looks pretty good. And then I 3D printed my own battery brace, and I just stuck some sticky foam up there, and it works great. The battery doesn't move at all, and I think this cover here like kind of blends in pretty good. So the lift kit, I believe it brings it up 2.5 inches, or it might be 3, I don't really remember. But that lift for the seat is a huge difference. It makes the bike feel a lot bigger, a lot taller, which I really like. It's a good positioning when you're riding, especially with your 21 inch front tire and then basically 6 inches of raised handlebars. The bike now feels super big, which I really like. If you guys are wondering what graphics these are full graphics, or CO1 graphics, whatever you want to call it. Graphics went on without a hitch, no bubbles anywhere. They're awesome. Moving back here, we got Lunicycle's extra comfortable seats. I can't stress how important this is. After doing races on the stock seat, it felt like my butt was on fire. Like the stock seat just rips at you the entire time. So this is a really important upgrade in my opinion. They do have a leather one with the gray stitching, which is cool. I wouldn't recommend it for off-roading, but this one is super nice, super cushy, feels good. Moving in the rear, we got just an extended fender. They sell these everywhere, basically eBay, Amazon. I don't think that Lunicycle sells them. Sur-ron shop, I think, does sell them. Don't quote me on this. Almost anywhere sells these things. They're really cheap. They're like 20 bucks. But that's an important upgrade. The stock fender, if you're going off-road at all, you're gonna get mud all over you. So this is really good. Going down here, we got a very old mud guard, but it's still staying true. These are also everywhere online, eBay, Amazon, and they're also like 20 bucks. They do have, most of the bikes actually are now shipping with a rear mud guard, which works fine.
I definitely prefer this one. I race with this one all the time. Basically nothing gets on your rear shock, where the one that kind of cups over the back tire does still get stuff on your rear shock, so I definitely prefer this one. Moving back here is it's a Trackmaster again. This is stock rim, the 3.5 inch wide Trackmaster tire that I was able to get on here. A whole inch wider than the stock one. It's a very snug fit. I had to trim some of the knobs on this other side to get it to not catch the chain. And then this side, I basically had to take off the kickstand. So the kickstand won't work and I had to trim the other side, but it fits on there and it's a digging machine, just let me tell you. I love it a lot. As far as the stock rim goes, I do have a 18-inch rim coming, and I'm planning on getting another Trackmaster, and that's actually on the way right now. So, but this is an awesome setup just with the stock rim, and all you have to do is buy the tire. Works great. Like I said in the beginning of the video, 58 tooth sprocket. It's not the biggest sprocket that you can get. You can get a 60, 64, and I believe someone has even made like a 72 tooth or something. It's not the biggest one, but I think this is probably, in my opinion, the best one that you can use on the bike. It sacrifices a little bit of speed, but it gives you a lot more torque, and I think it's a really good middle ground for everybody. So that's why I decided to go with that one for the giveaway. I just think it's a really good, one of the best upgrades that you can get on it. It makes the bike feel really good. Moving up here, we have our Lunicycles 218 chain. This chain I put on when I snapped my belt. I snapped my belt at 1,200 miles, and I decided to put this one on just in case. I upgraded my controller, which I ended up doing, so I'm happy I put this one on. This chain has been great. I haven't had any problems with it. All I've had to do after each race, I cleaned it off and lubricate it, and then that's it. You do have to keep it lubricated and clean because this will rust out really bad, and it's a pain in the butt to change. But if your belt does end up snapping, unless you want to be super quiet and you have a belt right here and your belt drive over here, I would just recommend getting this. I like the sound of the chain on it, and these will not break unless you're doing something absolutely crazy. Moving down here, we got a foot brace. First couple races I ever did, I was going over decent jumps, and this support beam where your pegs actually sit was starting to tilt in from jumping really hard, so this is kind of a necessary piece if you want to go over anything of significance with the bike. Really cheap piece. Sell it on Amazon, eBay again, like 20 bucks. Not an absolute must-have, but if you're going over any jumps, I would recommend having that. Our upgraded pegs, obviously. I did get these on Amazon again. Standard. I have these on my KTM and my Kawasaki too, but they work super well. I've never slipped off of these at all. They're basically teeth coming up. I still have it hooked up to the stock connector for the foot pegs. I did have to weld, I don't know if you can see this down here. I welded a washer down here because the foot pegs fell down too much. Instead of being like this, they were kind of like that. So I did have to weld that for something for it to hit. It wasn't a huge deal, but now they're level and they're not going anywhere. Up here we got our bash plate. Lunicycles version 2 bash plate. We did have the version 1 for quite a long time with the wire guard on the other side, which worked fine. Had it for about a year, and after hitting so many logs with it, it was starting to dent in, so I got rid of it and I got this version 2, which is much heavier and much thicker. I can't imagine that I do anything crazy enough to bend this, so I really like this bash plate. Alright, we got our Nuclear 24F controller. So we have that installed, and I showed you how I had it hooked up. We recently 3D printed a case for it right here, which works awesome. Used it last race, held up super good. We got covers down here and up here for the wires. Got it all muddy, worked great. Controller gives you about 30% more power. With the stock battery, you could buy a 72 volt or a 60 volt 52 amp hour battery, which would give this thing crazy power, but in my opinion, there's a certain point where you want more weight to power ratio. You know, 23 horsepower with the thing, if the bike weighs 100 pounds, you're just asking to get hurt. With the stock battery right now, I'm really liking the output of the power with the Nuclear 24F controller, and I think it is a major upgrade, and we're going to be racing with it tomorrow again. If you guys want to check that out, we're going to Byron, Illinois. There's like a mile motocross section for it and an enduro section, and it's a hare scramble. So we got woods, enduro, and motocross we're going to be doing with this thing tomorrow. Not tomorrow, and hopefully get it edited and up at some point next week. So, all right, guys, and of course we got our stand that we made in the last video. Not really an upgrade, but we basically had to have it because took off our kickstand because of a big tire. Anyway, guys, I got the bike basically now where I want it. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share. It helps the channel out a lot because this is expensive. This doesn't pay for itself. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. Wait. No!